Hey folks, it's Tom, your Frugal Prepper. I want to talk a little bit about the time that I fasted for 90 days. Because there's been several people that are like, oh, you didn't fast for 90 days. I 100% did. You know, it was 17, 18 years ago. I don't know how long. I think my wife and I have been married 18 years. I don't know. 17 or 18. And so it was like, 6 months before I got married to my current wife. I was actually living with this different chick. I had recently completed my home remodel and moved in. She had moved in with me. I loved her. I thought she loved me. I loved her son. My son loved her. I loved her dog. And I kissed her that morning before I went to work and told her I loved her. And I came home and she was gone. And she had meticulously gone through the entire house, every closet, every drawer, every single thing, and removed anything that belonged to her. And, you could tell it took time. It took like an entire day. Probably had family or friends there helping her. And, I had bought a ring. I was going to propose to her, and she just moved out, left a note on the bar that said, I can't do this anymore, leave me alone. And I didn't leave her alone. I tried calling her to figure out what had happened more than a few times. I had never been dumped before, and I didn't know why she dumped me. And it finally just became clear that she was a mean person. She did the meanest thing anyone's ever done to me. She was emotionally dishonest. She said that she loved me when she didn't. And I think she went back and with her drug-addicted ex-boyfriend, who at the time I knew he was snorting drugs. I didn't know he was shooting drugs or whatever. So I had to go and get an AIDS test, which luckily came back negative. I found out also from another friend that lived by her that she was going over there in her old house and sleeping with the ex-boyfriend while she was with me. So she obviously just didn't know how to be in a healthy relationship, but wanted to be, but then changed her mind. I don't know. But it was a real rough time. And I just decided, I went to some counseling and stuff, and I just one day decided, like, even if she did come back and explain how sorry she was, I wouldn't take her back at this point, because I wouldn't want to be hurt like that again. And relationships that are on and off rarely work out long term, and it's just better to move forward. And I decided to stop eating. I just said, you know what, I want to lose weight, I want to be more attractive, I want to find the right person. So I didn't eat for 90 days. And the first time that I ate after that 90 days, I went to Subway and I had a chicken wrap. And, but I just didn't eat. And then I ate really low carb, like budding meat and cream cheese and stuff. But then I met my wife online on Yahoo Personals, and we started texting and emailing, and then we started calling each other, and then we went out the first time, like in May, and we got married in July. I met her. First time I met her, first time I saw her, I was like, oh, this is the woman I'm supposed to marry. I knew it right away. And after going out a couple of times, I asked her, will you marry me? And she said yes. And then I bought her a ring. I took the ring that I had for the other chick back already. I bought her a different ring. And we got married, and we fell in love, and we've loved each other ever since. My wife and I have a great relationship. We're very much in love, and I don't think that we're ever going to have a problem or get divorced. It's a forever thing. We love each other very much, no matter what. So, but that was when I had fasted for 90 days. And I lost something like 85 pounds. And my diabetes at that point just completely went away. right, for like a year. I was just eating normal and on no diabetic pills. I was just on pills then, just on metformin. But it came back with a vengeance once I put the weight back on. Once I got married and started eating pasta and stuff again, it all came back. So that was the time that I fasted for 90 days. And I didn't feel bad at all. And I didn't take any supplements or do anything or cheat or eat anything. I drank diet soda that whole time, but other than that, I just didn't notice any difference. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.